Babes, welcome back. We love you. We see you. And babes, if surviving a long weekend deserves a medal, we expect ours in the mail.
Honestly, send it express shipping because I am barely functioning today.
Literally same. But we've got espresso martinis on deck, and you guys, they are absolutely necessary because reality hit like a freight train this morning.
That was brutal. So cheers to the Snark Squad. This caffeine and vodka combination is literally the only way we are moving forward today.
Cheers, bestie. Easing back into normal life is just, it's a lot. But I will say, coming back to my new apartment felt so good. We are officially settling in, and babes, it is finally starting to feel like home.
It really is. I mean, waking up in my own space this morning, even with the post-holiday blues, it just felt right.
Yes. Okay, so we have to update everyone. Tell me about the first meal you cooked in the new kitchen.
Okay, so you know me. I kept it ridiculously simple. I made literally just avocado toast with a poached egg. But I plated it like I was a Michelin star chef.
Shut up. Did you do the little drizzle of olive oil on the plate?
Oh, absolutely. Chili flakes, microgreens that cost way too much, the whole vibe. What about you?
Well, I got overly ambitious, as always. I attempted this, insanely complex braised short rib recipe that I found online.
Wait, on a weeknight?
I know. I was spiraling, but honestly, it somehow worked out perfectly. It was so good.
I am actually impressed. I would have just ordered takeout by hour 2.
I almost did, believe me. But speaking of settling in, can we talk about those little purchases that somehow just make a space feel totally complete?
Oh my gosh, yes. For me, it's this very specific ambient lamp I bought. I turn off all the overheads, flip on this lamp, and suddenly my apartment is a sanctuary.
Yes, overheads are the enemy. Adulthood is literally just realizing that your serotonin levels depend entirely on finding the perfect warm tone light bulb.
It is so pathetic,
Yeah.
but it is so true. I also bought this ridiculously chic glass soap dispenser, and every time I wash my hands, I feel like my life is totally together.
See, for me, it was throw pillows. I bought 5 different textured throw pillows, and suddenly my living room looks like a luxury hotel lobby.
I love that for you. But, okay, let's be real. What is the one box you still haven't unpacked because you're pretending it doesn't exist?
Ugh, do not attack me like
Well,
this.
tell the truth.
Fine, it's this one box filled with tangled cords, random old papers, and 3 dead batteries. I just shoved it in the back of my closet.
A classic cord box. Every adult has one.
What about yours, huh? Don't leave me hanging.
Okay, mine is a box of miscellaneous bathroom items, extra toothpaste, half-empty lotions, random Q-tips, and it is currently acting as a makeshift bedside table because I haven't bought a real one yet.
Oh my gosh, you are drinking an espresso martini next to a box of Q-tips. I love the duality.
It's called balance, babe. But speaking of balance, we really got hit with reality today at the clinic. Let's do our workday highs and lows.
Yes, let's do it. As you guys know, we are both dentists grinding away at different clinics, and today was a lot.
A lot is an understatement. You go first. What was your best patient interaction today?
Okay, so I had this incredibly nervous patient, shaking in the chair, terrified of the drill. And I just, sat with her, talked her through every single step. And by the end, she was actually laughing and smiling.
Ah, I love that. You are so good at the emotional support aspect of dentistry.
Thanks. It honestly just warmed my heart to see her Lee's confident. Okay, what about your funniest moment?
Oh, this was unhinged. I had a patient who tried to hold a full conversation with me while his mouth was entirely packed with gauze.
Oh.
Yes. And I'm trying to decipher these muffled noises, and it led to this hilarious misunderstanding where I thought he was asking about dental floss, but he was actually asking about my boss.
That is amazing. The gauze conversations are always a guessing game.
It was ridiculous, but it wasn't all fun. My most chaotic moment today was when the entire clinic's scheduling software crashed for 2 hours.
Oh no, that is the literal worst.
It was pandemonium. We had patients showing up, no idea what chair they were in, pure analog chaos. What was your chaotic moment?
Mine involved a massive impression material disaster. I won't get too gross, but let's just say it ended up on my scrubs, in my hair, everywhere.
Oh, the dreaded goop. That stuff does not come out easily.
It really doesn't. But hey, we survived. And before we ran to the studio, I actually finished this super complex cosmetic case that I've been working on for weeks. I am so proud of it.
Yes, celebrate those wins. I managed to close a massive treatment plan with a patient who had been putting it off for years. Felt like a huge professional win.
Look at us, just out here healing smiles and securing the bag.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And speaking of securing the bag, we definitely secured the barbecue after work.
Oh my gosh, yes. We met up at this local Texas barbecue spot right before recording, and babes, it absolutely lived up to the hype.
It was a religious experience. The spread we ordered was insane.
We got everything: brisket, ribs, sausage, basically half the menu.
We really did. But okay, my favorite bite, hands down, was the brisket. I was literally analyzing the smoke ring on that meat like it was a business strategy. It was flawless.
You and your smoke rings? For me, it was those ribs. They were literally fall off the bone tender. The sauce was perfectly sweet and spicy. Barbecue is honestly one of the greatest comfort foods ever created, right?
It heals the soul.
Yeah.
It really does. But we have to debate the sides, because the sides are where the real war is won.
Okay, state your case.
The jalapeno mac and cheese is the true star of the plate. It has the creaminess, the spice, the structural integrity. It is the perfect dish.
Okay, wait, no. Mac and cheese is amazing, but it is basically a main dish masquerading as a side. The true hero is the sweet potato casserole, or a really elite potato salad.
Potato salad, really. You're going to disrespect the jalapeno mac and cheese for a potato salad.
A good potato salad balances the heavy meat. You need the acidity, you need the crunch.
We are just going to have to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But I will say our quote-unquote healthy eating era officially resumes tomorrow.
Oh, 100%. Tomorrow we are back on the green juice. But sitting there eating that barbecue with you today just got me a bit sentimental.
Oh boy, here come the emotions.
No, seriously, it just made me think about how incredibly hard it is to make friends as adults. Like, everyone is
Yeah.
so busy, grinding, working, trying to survive.
That is actually very true. Making friends in your 30s is basically like conducting a job interview where no one wants to show up.
Exactly. And it just made me so grateful that we have this 2-decade friendship. We have survived literally every single era together. The awkward phases, the broke college days, the dental school stress, everything.
We really have. And I think part of why it works is because ambitious people naturally gravitate toward each other. We understand the hustle.
Yes, the hustle connection is real.
Yeah.
And it's so crucial to have friends who genuinely celebrate your wins instead of secretly competing with you.
Oh, don't even get me started on the secret competitors. I have zero time for frenemies. If you aren't clapping when I win, you shouldn't be at my table.
Amen to that. It is all about lifting each other up. But babes, enough about our own hustle. Let's head to Houston because these women are building businesses and bringing the drama.
And oh my gosh, the drama is real. The ecosystem of these ambitious female entrepreneurs is just a fascinating study in power dynamics and emotional avoidance.
It really is. We are looking at women who have built substantial empires. So for the Snark Squad, our mission today is really analyzing the intersection of their personal relationships and this corporate ruthlessness.
Exactly. We have Ro managing global brand deals, Ashley owning a local staple called Allure, Latoria running marketing, Chloe playing the messy middleman, Labrina acting as a sniper, and Manira trying to hold everyone's trauma together.
The cast of characters is stacked. And we have to start with part 1, the shopping, the shade, and Chloe, the ultimate bone collector.
Chloe needs a raise for the mess she brings. So, Ro and Chloe are shopping for animal print for Ro's wild night out dinner party, right?
Right, and Ro is saying she wants this dinner to heal the group. She wants to bring the girls together.
And Chloe immediately says, "Is Ashley invited?" Just completely stirring the pot from minute 1.
She is incapable of holding water. She tells Ro that Ashley said Ro has a, quote, wall up, like a turtle, which, whatever. But then she drops the real bomb.
The business shade. I live for this detail. Chloe tells Ro that Ashley pointed out the difference between Ro managing bars and Ashley owning hers.
Yes, and my jaw dropped. Because that is such a specific entrepreneurial low blow, it was totally designed to diminish Ro's global brand deals.
I mean, analytically speaking, it's a brilliant insult. Ashley is drawing a very distinct line in the sand regarding risk and liability. She's saying, you might manage things, but I own the equity.
But wait, owning one local bar versus managing massive global brand deals? Are we really saying ownership automatically trumps management and prestige?
It's not about prestige, it's about control. When you manage, you are trading your skills for a slice of the pie. When you own, you hold the capital risk. Ashley is flexing that she bought the boat, even if Ro steers a bigger ship.
I just felt like it was incredibly petty. Ro is operating on a global stage. And Ashley felt the need to diminish her just to assert her own local dominance. It screams insecurity to me.
Oh, it is totally a defense mechanism.
Oh, yeah.
But Chloe delivering it under the guise of just passing along information is the real crime. Chloe alters the data as it passes through her network.
She completely weaponized it. And speaking of weaponizing, we have to talk about Labrina's role in all of this. Because Labrina and Ashley have that college alliance.
Ah, yes, the proxy war.
Right. I try to see it as girl code, like Labrina's just giving her friend the rundown on the group dynamics so she's prepared.
That is incredibly optimistic of you. Let's call it what it is. Labrina is weaponizing Ashley to fight the battle she started last season. She gives Ashley the grievances, and Ashley acts as the muscle.
It is so messy, which brings us right into part 2, because this proxy war directly caused the lemon drop fallout.
The missing piece of the puzzle. The $22 lemon drop.
I'm still spiraling over this. So Latoria was at Ashley's bar, Allure, and complained about paying $22 for a lemon drop cocktail. And Ashley retaliated by accusing Latoria of not supporting Black businesses.
It's a masterclass in deflection.
It really is. I have to defend Latoria here. A $22 drink is wild unless you are at a Michelin star restaurant. For Latoria, it was about the customer experience and the value, not about being cheap.
I agree that Latoria's marketing reputation is solid, and she knows value when she sees it. But Ashley's counterattack was pure, nice, nasty genius.
By calling her unsupportive of the community.
Exactly. Ashley changed the narrative from my bar is overpriced to Latoria's unsupportive of Black-owned businesses. She completely neutralized the economic critique by attacking Latoria's moral character.
It is so manipulative. Latoria is a powerhouse in Houston PR. To attack her standing in the community over a cocktail critique is just a massive overreaction.
It's because Latoria devalued Ashley's brand equity in real time. But speaking of massive overreactions and toxic dynamics, we desperately need to pivot to part 3.
Oh my gosh, the co-parenting chaos. Rose's Zoom call with her ex, Javon.
I completely lost my mind over this segment. Let's just set the scene. They share a 12-year-old daughter, Sophia. Ro is trying to have a mature conversation about why their co-parenting isn't working.
And Javon just casually admits that his parenting style is, quote, aggressive.
Which is an alarming word to use regarding a preteen. But then he reveals his specific punishment strategy. When Sophia misbehaves, he forces her to eat off the kids' menu at restaurants.
I got so emotional watching this. It is so cruel. Restricting food choices for a 12-year-old to assert dominance is just petty and deeply damaging.
It is authoritarian nonsense. Food is a primary source of autonomy. By forcing her to eat chicken nuggets when she wants a real meal, he isn't teaching a lesson, he's just showing her that he holds absolute control over her basic rights.
Exactly. A child should always be fed what they want, within reason. Using a plain hamburger to humiliate your daughter is just disgusting. I completely agreed with Ro for blocking his number in the past.
But then the dynamic shifts. And this is where I need you to explain this to me because I was baffled.
The thirst trap moment.
Yes. Javan compliments her and asks her to stand up to show off her post-surgery body. And she actually does it. Why on earth would she give this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde character a free show?
Look, I was screaming, "Get it, girl!" at the screen because she looked amazing. But I do get why it's confusing. When you deal with someone who constantly undermines you, a sudden compliment acts like a dopamine hit.
It's intermittent reinforcement, like a slot machine.
Yes. She stood up because, in that fleeting moment, she reclaimed her power. She became the object of desire instead of the victim of his gaslighting.
But it's a trap. Because right after she sits down, he says he wants to bite the back of her neck.
Ugh, I cringed so hard.
It is predatory. He uses sexual tension to keep her off balance so he doesn't have to face accountability for how terrible he is to their kid.
It's devastating how someone can be a global brand manager and still fall into these cyclical traps in their personal life, which honestly transitions perfectly into part 4.
Manira. Daddy's catheters and secret journals.
Poor Manira. She is always playing the mediator, but her family stress is off the charts. Her mom had a medical emergency in India, which is terrifying.
But we have to talk about the living situation. Her mom has lived in Manira's house for 10 years, yet claims she is still too uncomfortable to talk to Manira's husband, Norm.
A decade. I felt so bad for Manira being caught in the middle.
I demand to know what Norm's vibe is to warrant this. Like, is Norm doing something wrong, or is this entirely the mom projecting her past trauma of being left by her ex-husband?
I think it's trauma projection. The mom associates men with abandonment, so Norm triggers her just by existing in the hallway. But the burden it places on Manira is so unfair.
And she gets zero relief from her dad, Lionel. They go to lunch, and he's the ultimate avoidant parent.
Oh my gosh, the lunch. He casually mentions he just got a catheter removed from his kidney, and he didn't even tell her he was having a major medical procedure.
He is a brick wall of emotion.
Hmm.
And when Manira finally asks the hard question, why her mom left him, he gives her nothing.
It broke my heart. She is crying, begging for comfort, and he just stares at her.
And then he drops the most manipulative line of the entire series. He tells her she can read his journal to get all the answers after he is dead.
I was screaming, who says that to their child?
A coward. That's who I'm roasting Lionel for this. He was a ladies' man who fractured his family, and now he wants to avoid accountability while he is still breathing.
It's so true. By putting it in a posthumous journal, he gets the final word without ever having to watch his daughter cry or answer her follow-up questions. His current comfort is more important to him than her healing.
It's narrative control at its finest. No wonder Manira tries to fix everyone else's problems. She can't fix her own foundational relationships.
Which is a perfect segue to Chloe, because she is also trying to fix an unfixable situation. Part 5. Chloe, Jordan, and the $10,000 IVF delusion.
Delusion's the only word for it. Let's recap this paint date. They are sitting there painting bears, which is already absurd, and Chloe is forcing this relationship down everyone's throats.
It is so sad to me that Chloe's kids, especially Nolan and Nico, actively do not want Jordan in their lives. They lost their dad, they don't want a stepdad, and she is forcing Jordan to do school pickups and recitals.
She is completely ignoring her children's boundaries. And then she suggests that to seal the deal, they should do a $10,000 IVF journey to have a baby together.
I physically gasped. They already have 4 kids combined.
I am spiraling over this. Chloe is in the sunken place of the sunk cost fallacy. She has alienated her kids, so she needs a baby to prove this 27-year-old was worth it.
And Jordan's response. He squints and calls IVF, quote, artificial-ish.
Artificial-ish, a medical scholar, clearly. The man doesn't have $10, let alone $10,000.
Well, Latoria tried to help the situation by taking Jordan ring shopping, and babes, I could not stop laughing.
Because Latoria kept calling the sales associate Rihanna and Riri when her name was Rhiannon.
It was so funny, but the actual shopping trip was a joke. Jordan says he wants to double the size of this massive diamond, but he doesn't buy anything.
Performative commitment. He participates in the ritual, so Latoria reports back to Chloe that he's looking, but he executes zero financial commitment.
And then he tells Latoria he is going to therapy for his triggers. I tried to be optimistic. I was like, growth. He wants to do the work.
You are too pure for reality television. It is therapy baiting. He uses buzzwords like triggers because he knows Chloe values emotional intelligence, but it's just a shield to buy himself another 6 months without proposing.
You are so cynical, but you're probably right. All of this delusion completely blew up in part 6, the wild night out and the weak bitch era.
The animal print dinner party. Rucka curated this beautiful event, gave out gift boxes, and tried to mandate emotional safety in a room full of combatants.
The icebreaker game was wild. Rose says she likes choking, Manira likes hair pulling, and Labrina says her fetish is considerate help with chores.
I died laughing. Labrina's deepest fetish is just basic human decency. Please unload the dishwasher. It makes me so hot.
It is honestly relatable. And then Sterling, the club owner, comes in and heavily flirts with Ro.
I support this entirely. Sterling's a massive business and personal upgrade from Javon. Let him flirt.
Yes. But the real action happens when Ro confronts Ashley about the wall-up comment. She asks her directly at the table.
And Ashley, surprisingly, does not escalate. She calmly explains there was an observation about Ro having strong boundaries, not a malicious insult.
And the realization on Ro's face. She realizes Chloe completely twisted the tone and delivery of the message.
I felt so vindicated. Chloe, the messy middleman, was finally exposed in front of everyone.
Chloe realizes she is caught, and what does she do? She immediately starts crying.
The tactical tear deployment.
She breaks down, saying she masks her pain, she doesn't want to burden anyone, and she's just exhausted. And honestly, Ashley tells her it's not a burden. And I got so emotional during this part.
The pivot from business fighting to deep sociological support was wild.
It was. Because Manira chimes in, and they talk about the systemic pressure on Black women to always be strong and resilient and to never take a day off.
The strong Black woman schema, it is a very real, very heavy burden.
And they all validate Chloe entering her weak bitch era. I loved that. Everyone needs a moment to fall apart, to take off the cape, and just be weak for a minute.
I validate the sociology of it, I really do. But analytically, Chloe's specific problems revolve entirely around Jordan. She is crying about a burden she actively chooses to carry every single day.
Okay, yes, she's the architect of her own misery right now.
Exactly. You cannot set your own house on fire and complain about the smoke.
Yeah,
But I will say, the group coming together to support her was a nice moment of unity.
it really was. Which brings us perfectly to our first segment of the show, CEO of the Week.
Okay, who impressed you the most professionally this week?
For me, it is Ro, hands down. I was so impressed by her emotional intelligence in hosting that dinner party. Despite the drama, she brought everyone together, gave them personalized gifts, and managed to turn a tense confrontation with Ashley into a moment of genuine understanding. That is leadership.
That's a solid choice. But my CEO of the week is Ashley.
Of course you pick the villain.
Hear me out. Even though she is the villain right now, I have to respect the absolute business shade of pointing out the difference between owning a lure and managing brands. Plus, she stood her ground at the dinner table and clearly explained her comment without backing down or getting loud. That's executive presence.
Okay, I see your point. She handled the confrontation perfectly. Which leads us to segment 2, business or personal?
The debate. Let's look at the biggest conflict. The Labrina and Ashley versus Latoria lemon drop feud.
Well,
Was it actually about business or was it personal?
oh, it is deeply personal. Labrina is using Ashley to fight her leftover battles from last season. And accusing Latoria of not supporting Black businesses wasn't a critique of her wallet. It was a direct personal attack on Latoria's character and her standing in the community.
See, I disagree. I think it is actually about business. Ashley is an owner defending her establishment's pricing model.
Over a $22 lemon drop.
Yes. When Latoria complained about the price, she was insulting Allure's brand value in front of the market. Ashley clapping back was just her defending her profit margins and her business reputation. She used a social imperative to win a business argument.
That is so cynical. A $22 drink in Houston is objectively insane unless it comes with a fire show. The catalyst might have been business, but the execution was pure, messy, personal revenge.
We can agree that it was messy. Let's move to segment 3. If we work together, imagine we are starting a business with the cast.
Okay, who would you trust? For me, it's Manira. She is level-headed. She constantly tries to play mediator. And honestly, she's dealing with so much family trauma that she would probably throw herself into the work just to escape.
That is a very dark but very practical reason to hire someone.
Thank you. Who would you avoid at all costs?
Jordan. I am vetoing Jordan being anywhere near our money. The fake ring shopping. The lack of $10,000 for IVF.
Yeah.
The man is a walking financial liability.
Totally fair. Okay, who would actually get things done?
I have to give it to Ro. She has global brand deals, she handles her business, and even when she is completely stressed out by Javon, she shows up looking incredible and executing her events.
I completely agree. And finally, who would accidentally create the drama in our new company? Chloe.
Chloe
Oh my gosh, we said it at the exact same time.
is the only correct answer. Chloe would meant to pass a simple message from accounting and somehow start a full corporate civil war because she misinterpreted the tone.
Accounting says you have a wall up. It would be a disaster. Okay, last segment. Next week's power moves. What is your biggest prediction?
My biggest prediction is that Labrina is going to get cornered. Now that Ashley and Ro cleared the air at the dinner, everyone knows Labrina is the one feeding Ashley the negative talking points. The sniper is exposed.
Oh, I like that. For me, the biggest opportunity is for Manira to step up as the true glue of the group. With Ro and Ashley burying the hatchet, Manira has the runway to actually bring peace.
And what is your biggest red flag?
Chloe's kids. They are continuing to revolt against Jordan, and I predict a major blow-up at home. You cannot force a blended family when the teenagers are actively resisting. It is going to explode.
It definitely is. And my bold theory for next week, Jordan's going to propose without actually buying the ring.
Wait, what? How does that work?
He is going to use a placeholder ring, or he's going to set up a grand proposal event that someone else, likely Chloe, inadvertently pays for. He is going to fake it till he makes it.
No way. I think he is genuinely trying with his therapy journey.
Look at his track record. He is 27 and stalling. Yeah. There is no real ring coming.
We will see. I am holding out hope. But babes, that is all the time we have. I am taking one last sip of this espresso martini because I am exhausted but absolutely exhilarated by all this mess.
Truly, it is the only way to recover from a long weekend.
Snark Squad, before we go, we need to hear from you. Hit our comments and tell us. Number 1, what is one adult purchase that made you feel surprisingly grown up? like our throw pillows and lamps.
Number 2, which cast member would you actually go into business with?
And number 3, what is your absolute favorite barbecue side dish? And please, back me up and tell my co-host here that mac and cheese is a side, not a main.
Don't listen to her. Defend the jalapeno mac.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Remind yourselves to subscribe, leave a review, and share the show with another ambitious babe who loves the hustle and the drama.
We appreciate you guys so much.
Stay ambitious, stay messy, and we'll see you on the Snark side.
Stay ambitious, stay messy, and we'll see you on the Snark side.
Stay ambitious, stay messy, and we'll see you on the Snark side.